everyone. Welcome back to our HTML series. We've covered a few tutorials in our previous sessions. Today we'll be looking at forms, HTML forms. So forms allows users to give us data. Data could be a name, surname, a message, or an option to click on a button like subscribing to a newsletter or choosing between option A and option B. So a form in HTML is created by the form tag, right? And as mentioned, within that form tag, you can collect data from your users or your site visitors, such as their names, their email addresses. The data can vary depending on what you are requiring the data for. So there are a few common form elements, right? And one of them would be a text input. So a text input will be somewhere where they will put in their name or surname. Another common one would be an email input, where they will type in their email. Another common field within forms is what is called the checkbox. So checkbox allows them to select multiple selections. Radio box is another, where users can only select one option, so between option A and option B, and that's a radio button where they can click or select that. You also get what is called a text area, where they can type in a message in a long text format. You also get a button or a send button, where once users click on that button, the information that they've given you on the form gets sent to destination of your choice, be it a database, be it an email. We'll just dive into how that is created, and we can just show you that example. So I'm quickly going to now open my code editor, and we're going to continue from where we left off in creating this form for today, right? And as usual, I'm going to start off with a horizontal line break, and once that horizontal line break is in, I'm then going to put in my form tag, right? Form. And inside my form tag, I will want to have a text field like a name and surname. So we're going to collect name, surname, email. We're going to give our users an option to click between option A and option B, and we're going to allow them to click between 2 and 3 checkboxes, and then later on have a send button. So that's what I'm going to create right now. Let's see how it looks at the moment. Let's first save this, come back here, refresh. Okay, so all it's got is a horizontal line. So after my horizontal line, I'm gonna use the H2 as previously used in my other sections within this page. I'm gonna use the H2 to then just describe what I'm basically doing, right? So this is, I would say, contact us, because it's a form, right? It's a contact us form. That's the heading. Let's see how it looks. There we go. So it's got the contact us heading there. And then now I'm gonna start with my text fields. The first one being a name and surname. I first need to put in a label for my text field, and that label will be a name, because I want to collect name. I need to specify what that label field is going to be, right? So I want my label field to be the type to be text, and I would need to put a placeholder that will describe what needs to go inside the text field. Let me save this to show you what I mean, and let's refresh this. So at the moment, I've got a name field with a place where a person can type in their name, right? A placeholder. So let me just change this to be a capital letter and save. So I'm gonna replicate this for surname as well, right? So I will just copy this, and then I will have surname. Enter your surname and hit save. Look at how it looks like now. There we go. So we've got name and surname right next to it, right? We're gonna have to add a little bit more to our form. If I come back here, so I've got name, surname, and email. But now I want to have my email on a different line. So what I would need to do here, I would need to add a double break line. So if I add only one break line, it only puts it below the name field, and I want to leave a bit of space, so hence I will do a double break line just to give that extra space. And if I come back here, got that extra space. So I've got name, surname, email. Let me do the other fields quickly. So what I have now is a option where a person can choose whether they are male or female, and you can only choose one field, and that's why I've used radio input for that. So let's save, refresh. So as you can see, now I'm able to choose between one of two options, right? What I want to do now, I want to add a double break line. Actually, I want to add checkbox type, right? So let's put in a checkbox, and let's put in subscribe to my weekly newsletter, and the second option would be subscribe to my monthly newsletter and subscribe to my annual newsletter. So in this case, we want to give our users an option to then subscribe to more than one, hence we are using the checkbox input type. And as you can see, I can select even all three if I wanted to, right? Because it's a checkbox, as opposed to the radio where you can only select one. And the last two input fields I'm gonna do will be the text body, just so that people can write in a message, and lastly will be the send button. Let's see how this looks like. There we go, it's got our message right there at the bottom. I can then type my message, hello. Yeah, so that works. And then lastly, I'm gonna do the submit button. I will end this off with a double break line and then have a button, and let's see what happens here. Let's just add a double break line as well and finish off our form. At the end of our form section, let's then have a horizontal line. Let's save, let's see how this looks like now. Refresh. Yeah, so I've got a send button. At the moment it's not working, but at least we've got the button going, we've got the form going. And a quick recap, so in this video we've just shown you how to build an HTML form where it allows you to collect name, surname, email. It allows your users to choose between two options using a radio box, and the last option, it sort of allows your users to select multiple options using a checkbox. That is now, in a sense, like subscribing to multiple newsletters. And the last field is the message field, where they can get to type in a message, and the last part would be just to send all of that into an email or database. But we'll show you how to do that function in the next coming videos. And that's it for today. That covers everything we wanted to do with forms. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, cheers.